Hello Star Wars fans and toy fanatics. Steve here with you, friends, and welcome back. Hope everybody's doing okay. I want to say thank you very much for the overwhelming response on my last video. Really do appreciate all the great, nice comments, and thank you very much for being so kind. It's time to get the Star Wars train rolling again. Unfortunately, I don't have anything new to review for you guys, not for a few more weeks. But until then, I figured I'd go back into my toy vault and look at some older figures here for you. And today I'd like to focus on Star Wars The Clone Wars micro series that originally aired on Cartoon Network in 2003. Now, many of you might think that these figures are all actually crap, but there might be a few of you that actually think they're very cool, like me. Well, maybe it's just me. Anyway, these figures actually captured the likenesses of the cartoon very, very well, in my opinion, and it's a great series. Actually came out in 2 DVDs here. We have Volume 1 and Volume 2. And if you like your Star Wars with a lot of action, and I highly suggest Volume 1 because there's really not much of a story going on, but there's a lot of explosions and lots of laser fire and very, very cool action, in my opinion. You actually get to see Asajj Ventress get her butt beat down by Anakin, which is very cool, and you get to see Mace Windu unleash the Force like you've never seen him before. Also, there's a great cameos from Kit Fisto in there, and other great characters that all make great appearances in these micro series as well. Now, this was intended to bridge the gap between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. More so with Volume 2, which leads right up to Revenge of the Sith, was very, very cool. What's really recommended is watching this right before you watch Revenge of the Sith Volume 2, and it's like a perfect lead into the movie, and that alone is well worth getting these figures. Now, the figures themselves are, you know, they're not really well articulated. It's okay, but for my opinion, you know, in my collection, I usually keep most of my 90% of my stuff is on card, and I do like to open a lot of my stuff. But for these figures, I figure, you know, since they're not really well articulated or anything, they look really great in the package. And I really love the package design in these figures, and just very, very cool looking stuff, you know. You can't go wrong with any of these guys. Now, you can find any of these figures probably under $10, which only tells me that a lot of you that are not interested in these figures, which is cool. Whether you like these or not, you know, it's all good, man. In my opinion, they always will have a place in my collection, and just some really cool sculpts, you know. And I think they capture the likenesses of the characters from the cartoon series excellently. You know, excellently, is that a word? Well, anyway, you know what I mean. You capture the likenesses very, very well, and I'm really happy with these guys, and they make a great addition to anybody's Star Wars collection, including mine. So let's go and take a look at what these figures came out with. Now, again, they did come out in 2003 and ran up all the way up to 2005. And there's quite a few figures that came in this line. Again, there's a few that I don't have, but we'll get to that in just a bit. And take a look at what these figures really look like up close. Now, again, these figures will all be on card here, so there won't be no extreme detailed look on these guys. But in my opinion, these guys are awesome and very, very cool looking. Now, again, I do have to reiterate, I'm pretty much a card collector, so I think these guys look fantastic on the card. You know, I really love the card art on this one, or I should say the series. As you can see, this got some a nice side shot of the clone trooper on the side there. Of course, you got the Cartoon Network logo on top as well, all done in a black and white there, with a nice explosion scene in the background there. And this one right here is just a regular clone trooper. Now, the clone trooper did come in other color variants as well. You do get a yellow version, a blue, and a red version. I am missing the blue and the red version, but those are still on my checklist to hopefully soon to get sometime soon. But this is just the white version here. And again, you can see the articulation on these guys is, you know, not not much at all. As a matter of fact, I think these guys only have like 2 or 3 points of articulation, depending on which figure it is. This is the Clone Trooper here. An awesome rendition of the Clone Trooper. Again, done very well. Looks exactly like the cartoon, which is you know, a cool thing, you know, in my opinion, and just an awesome figure, you know. Again, you know, I really like the packaging. He has the Clone Trooper on the back. Nice shot of him on the side there. Nice little explosion in the back there. And here's the back there with a few other figures that came out in this line. We're going to get to see all these as well right now. Now, again, these guys are not very well articulated, but I think, again, keep saying it, they capture the likenesses of the cartoon very well. And you know, you can't really go wrong with these guys, in my opinion. You know, you can actually find these very cheaply, and they're still available, you know, on Amazon or eBay if you do a little looking. Again, this is Asajj Ventress here, one of my favorite characters, and you get to see her get her butt kicked in Volume 1 pretty badly. Actually, she I don't want to well, I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen these volumes yet, I strongly suggest go checking these micro series out, because it's very cool. Even if you have seen them, I suggest go rewatching them again, because it's just that cool, you know. Again, this is Asajj Ventress here. She does come with the 2 lightsabers, and as you can see, the detail on the figure is very cool. Again, you know, articulation is nil, but they just look really great on the card, in my opinion. All these figures do come with stands as well. There's a nice shot of her from the cartoon itself, which is fantastic, and just very cool. We also got Count Dooku here, and I just love the angular look of the figures here. They got the angles, you know, really sharp angles, really sharp detail. The character itself is done very nicely. Again, these are not posable very much, but I think they look fantastic on the card, and just very cool. Here's a nice shot of them from the cartoon itself there. Again, the pretty much all the same on the back, so we're going to forego that for each figure. But you know, you can't go wrong with a little Dooku in your life. And again, I'm a big fan of the art style, the way they presented these figures. If I can get that in focus for you a little more. Hopefully that's going to be in focus there. Now, trying to go through the plastic there. Just the detail on the face sculpt is awesome. Very well done. Very cool. Very nice looking, in my opinion. There's Count Dooku there. And Mace Windu. Again, on Volume 1, you get to see Mace kick some major butt. Very cool looking character. I think they captured, again, and if I'm saying this too many times, I apologize, but they actually captured the likeness to the cartoon very well. This is a great rendition of Mace Windu here, and just a cool thing to have, in my opinion. He does come with his purple lightsaber, of course. There's a nice shot of him on the side. Again, the packaging is probably about 50% why I like these figures so much. The other 50% is just the figure itself, but the packaging is very cool. I'm really digging on this different take on the Star Wars characters here. Now, one of my favorite villains from the series, of course, is Dirge. Now, this is done in a very animated way, of course. Now, actually, Hasbro did release a couple of versions of this guy done in realistic fashion right before this, I believe. I do have those as well, but maybe I'll save that for a different video. Again, this is Dirge here, where he does come with his lance, I believe. I have a great scene in Volume 1. Fantastic scene, I might add. And he come to find out he's really hard to kill, which is very cool. He comes back several times, which is awesome. But a very cool character. One you don't really hear too much about. Actually, I've never heard anything other than from the Cartoon Network series, other than more about Dirge. But you know, still a very, very cool character, you know. And I love the way they done these guys in this animated fashion. Next up is another Anakin Skywalker figure here. Very, very cool. And you know, again, the card art is fantastic. I'm really digging on this card art here, and I think these guys look best on the card. Now, you know, you could take these out, I'm sure, of course, but you know, I have other figures that I really much would rather have loose than these guys. I think these guys just look fantastic on the card and display very, very well. Now we've got Yoda up here next. Again, a different take on Yoda there. Very nicely done. And pretty much figurines. Again, they're not very posable, but still, in my opinion, they are fantastic. Again, the card art is very, very cool. So I shot him on the side there as well. And you can't go wrong with the little Yoda in your life there. Again, there's another clone trooper here. This is a yellow version, which I do have. I am missing the blue and red, but I will get those eventually sometime soon. This is the yellow one here, which is very cool. And let's go up top here. We got another version of Anakin here. And this is with the sleeveless here. And very, very cool again. And I believe this is from the volume 1 here, right before he hits the trials. Or I think this might be mid-battle with Asajj Ventress, which is actually very cool too. A great scene in that DVD. Highly recommended. Also, one of my favorites, Captain Fordo. Now, this guy is the epitome of coolness, especially in Volume 1. He does make an appearance in Volume 2 as well, and he's just as cool as in that scene as well. A great character. I mean, this guy is just too cool, man. And if you've seen the Volume 1 episode or Volume 2 episode, you know exactly what I mean. He's just really, really cool. He does come with a couple of blasters there as well. And one of my favorite clone troopers, Captain Fordo. Very cool looking and just an awesome figure. Moving right along, we have General Grievous. Now, this is done very nicely. Again, I love the art style of these guys. I love the whole artistic interpretation of these guys and these figures, which is really why I like these figures carded. You know, and just awesome. He does come with 2 lightsabers on this one here. I believe his arms do move, maybe his legs do as well, which is a little different for these guys. But again, this guy's gonna be on the card, so it doesn't really matter to me what his possibility. I think he just looks great on the card, and that's the way he'll be in my collection. Last one we have is, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, he's done with the very nice looking head sculpt there. I really love the art style again. I keep saying that, I know, but again, I just really do mean that, guys. I love the whole art style. I love the angular looks, the whole attention to detail as far as the character is on the cartoon. So yeah, just very, very cool. And there's a little shot of him from the side there. Now, also, when these figures came out, there was 4 commemorative figure collections. Now, I do have 2 of the sets here. The reason I didn't get the other 2 sets because they're pretty much repacks of these other figures here. But these ones didn't come on the card, and I believe these only came in these exclusive 3-packs. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think these guys came singly carded in this line. But you also have another Anakin Skywalker there, as he's just done his trials there. If you remember that one scene where he gets those tattoos there from those little slug things, if I remember correctly. And you get to see size 10 there, done in a great animated style. And another clone trooper there. Very, very cool. And the last one would be... the only reason I got this pack is before the Commander Cody in this one, and Another awesome take on Commander Cody. Again, nil on articulation, but just still very, very cool. It does come with another Obi-Wan, which is actually done a little bit differently than the earlier release. I believe this is a different head sculpt. The body and everything else is the same, but with a different head sculpt. Again, it does come with another Grievous in there, and same as the other Grievous, just with a different paint scheme, but pretty much the same exact figure. You know, very, very cool, and very recommended. But again, you know, guys, if you know not into it, that's cool too, man. It's all good. You know, I just want to take the time to show those to you guys here for you. And thank you very much for spending a little time with me on this stuff here. I know it's older stuff, and everybody's saying, thinking to themselves, Steve, this is like over 15, almost 15 years old. Well, maybe 10. Yeah, I know, but you know, they're still cool. And that is my personal opinion, of course. So until next time, guys, thanks for spending some time with me. Have a great day. Take care. Happy hunting. And I will see you all very, very soon with some new stuff, most definitely. So until then, guys, have a great one.